If you ask him how he feels too soon, he can hide. But if you make him feel it first, he will tell on himself. This is not about playing games. It is about human nature, timing, and tension. Most people chase a confession. That is exactly why they never get one. Feelings come out fastest when a person feels safe, curious, and a little afraid to lose you. And yes, that includes men who act calm on the outside. So if you want him to open up without asking, start here. Stop making his feelings the center of every interaction. The more you stare at the answer, the more he protects it. People hide what feels pressured. They reveal what feels invited. That means less, "What are we?" and more moments that make him feel what you mean to him. Pay attention to this. A man often confesses after he feels a shift, not after he hears a question. He speaks when the emotion becomes louder than his fear. So your first move is simple. Stop chasing clarity and start creating impact. Be warm, but not always available. Be kind, but not desperate for a label. When you over-explain your interest, he relaxes too much. When he has to read your value through your energy, he leans in. That does not mean acting cold. It means acting calm. Calm is powerful because it says, "I like you, but I do not need to force this." That energy makes a guarded person curious. Here is a small example. He takes hours to text back, and you do not panic. You reply later, naturally, and keep your tone light. He starts to feel something strange. Wait, why am I thinking about her now? That question is the beginning of confession. But here is the truth. People confess when they feel emotionally safe. So your second move is to become a safe place, not an emotional trap. If every deep moment turns into pressure, he will shut down. If every deep moment feels accepted, he will come closer. Safety is not silence. Safety is space without judgment. When he shares something small, do not jump on it. Do not turn one honest moment into a whole relationship interview. Let it breathe. Let him feel that opening up with you feels good. This matters more than people think. Many men are not scared of feelings. They are scared of what happens after they admit them. Will they lose control? Will they be judged, trapped, or pushed faster than they are ready to move? Your job is to answer those fears without saying a word. Listen well. Stay steady. Let him see that honesty with you feels lighter, not heavier. Mini example. He says, "I do not really talk to people about this." You smile and say, "You do not have to explain everything. I get it." That one line can do more than 10 serious talks. Because now he feels understood, not examined. This is where it gets interesting. Once he feels safe, you need to stop over-giving. Not to punish him, to give him room to miss you. Attraction grows in presence, but confession grows in absence. Read that again in your mind. He starts naming his feelings when your energy is no longer always there. Constant access kills reflection. Space creates reflection. If you are always texting first, always checking in, always carrying the bond, he stays lazy. He enjoys you without defining you. But when you pull back just enough, his emotions have room to catch up. He notices the silence. He notices the missing attention. He notices how much your presence changed his day. That awareness is powerful because people confess when they can finally feel the difference between having you and not having you. Here is the key. Pull back with dignity, not drama. Do not post fake messages. Do not try to make him jealous every hour. Just return to your own life. A real shift is stronger than a performance. Example. You stop sending random check-in texts for a few days. Then suddenly he sends, "Hey, you good?" That is not a boring text. That is emotional movement. Pay attention to this. The next move is not to ask, "Did you miss me?" The next move is to make him say more without feeling cornered. This is where soft curiosity works better than direct pressure. Questions can shut people down. The right kind of curiosity opens them up. So instead of asking for a confession, create a doorway. Use light lines that reveal depth. Say things like, "You have been different lately," or "You seem more thoughtful with me now." These lines do something powerful. They make him look at his own behavior. They make him explain himself. And when people explain their behavior, feelings slip out. That is the goal, not force. Reflection. Here is an emotional truth most people miss. A man may feel deeply for you long before he can say it clearly. Your job is to help him hear himself. Mini example. He says, "I do not know. I just like talking to you." You do not laugh it off. You say, "Maybe that means something." Now the thought stays in his chest, and it grows. But here is the truth. He will not confess just because he likes you. He confesses when he feels your value. So the next step is becoming the experience he does not want to lose. This is not about being perfect. It is about being emotionally distinct. Anyone can be pretty. Not everyone can feel like peace, spark, and honesty at the same time. When he feels more like himself around you, he remembers that. When he laughs harder with you, he remembers that. When your presence feels rare, safe, and alive, he remembers that. That memory turns into attachment. Attachment turns into fear of loss. And fear of loss often creates confession. This does not mean overperforming to keep him. It means bringing your real energy fully. Be playful when it is natural. Be deep when the moment asks for depth. Be honest enough to feel real. People fall hardest where they feel most alive. Example. He has a rough week and you do not lecture him. You make him laugh, then give him space, then check in once. Now you are not just attention. You are emotional relief. This is where it gets powerful. The final trigger is silence. Not awkward silence, honest silence. After a deep moment, most people ruin it by talking too much. They rush to define it. They ask, "So, what does that mean?" And the whole thing collapses. Silence gives emotion weight. Silence makes him sit inside what he just felt. If he says something vulnerable, pause. Look at him, smile softly, and let the moment land. That pause can be louder than a question, because now he hears his own heart without interruption. And many confessions are born in that space. Mini example. He says, "I do not know why, but I think about you a lot." You do not jump in with a speech. You hold eye contact and say, "I know." That tiny moment pulls the truth closer, because now he feels it, and he knows you feel it too. And that is usually when the confession comes.